This right here was a really classy move by 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy's alma mater, Iowa State, who took out two full page ads in the SF Chronicle to show love and show a comparison of what Brock Purdy did at Iowa State as a sophomore and comparing it to what he did in the NFL as a sophomore. It's kind of crazy when you see these numbers stacked up next to each other. They're very similar, but it's also just really cool and classy move by Iowa State to kind of show love in the city of San Francisco by putting out these two full page ads in the newspaper. So let's take a look a little bit closer at what these ads say. And of course, shout out to Daniel Brown of The Athletic, who kind of put this on display for all of us to see and kind of put us in the loop that Iowa State had done something like this. So when you take a look at the graphics, we're going to see what Iowa State is talking about right here. So if you can't see it, that's okay. I'm going to go through and explain what we have on this graphic. And so basically, you see these two columns. The first column on the left is 2019 Iowa State sophomore season numbers by, of course, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. And what you have on the right column is his stats from this past season. So when you have them side by side in comparison, in 2019, Brock Purdy threw for 27 touchdowns in his sophomore year. And of course, in his sophomore year in the NFL, he threw for 31 touchdowns. He put up a completion percentage of 65.7 at Iowa State and a completion percentage of 69.4 just this past season. In 2019, Brock Purdy put up an adjusted quarterback rating of 71.2. And of course, this season put up an adjusted quarterback rating of 72.7. And when you look at the passing totals from 2019 to 2023, not too far off. Brock Purdy threw for 3,982 yards his sophomore season at Iowa State, while as we know, he threw for 4,280 yards, which was also a team record for passing yards in a season, taking down a 23-year-old record held by Jeff Garcia. That's pretty cool. And I love the title. Purdy, Purdy, Purdy good. Absolutely. Pretty good. Pretty good. If you kind of look at this little blurb and what it says, this is what Iowa State put in their graphic. Now, everyone knows that there's nothing irrelevant about sophomore quarterback Brock Purdy. True. But here at Iowa State, we always knew he was good, not only because of his 13 career school records, but because of his determination, poise, and confidence under pressure. Qualities we strive to instill in every Cyclone before they forge their path. Congratulations on another stellar sophomore year, Mr. Irrelevant. We always knew you were Purdy, and they strike out good to great. That's pretty awesome. Right? Like for your alma mater to just like compare your sophomore seasons and kind of bring that to the forefront, especially for the 49ers community in the Bay Area who might not know or followed Brock in college. I think that's a nice little touch by them. And they also put out another full page spread in the Chronicle, and it just kind of detailed some of his statistics from this season. As you can see right here, we've already talked about this one, but 4,280 passing yards in a season, a 49ers single season record. Purdy, who won't play on Sunday, again, this was put out yesterday. They discuss that he averaged 267 and a half yards over 16 games. Purdy leads the NFL in passer rating, holding an almost 9-point advantage over Dallas's Dak Prescott, who's sitting at 104.2 passer rating, who ranks second. That's pretty solid, right? If you ask me. Brock Purdy also has 10 straight wins to begin his career as a starter, the second best streak in the NFL history behind Pittsburgh Steelers' Ben Roethlisberger, who has 15 straight wins to start his career. So not bad for 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. And also, again, shout out to his alma mater. What a cool gesture by them to be able to put that out in the SF Chronicle before the game last Sunday against the Rams. So that's what a lot of this season has been about. It's been about Brock Purdy, who he is, what he is, how to determine him, where to put him, how to quantify him. And it all started in training camp when he was coming back from the UCL surgery. So to be able to look back at this season where many people were coming after him throughout training camp and knocking his game and really building a kind of or planting seeds of doubt based on his performance in training camp, for him to then come out this season and do the things that he did is remarkable. And again, he only had 2.5 months to recover from UCL surgery before he was back at training camp, slinging the rock all over the place. So it has been a remarkable season for Brock Purdy. All the accomplishments, all the back and forth between who he is, what he is. At the end of the day, Brock knows who he is. He's grounded, and just kind of like the ad said, the Iowa State, they knew why he was going to be good. Has to do with his confidence, has to do with his ability to stay calm under pressure and just handle situations head on. It's one of Brock Purdy's most commendable traits is his poise and just his presence. And that's, I think, why this team has responded so well to him. I think that's why this team continues to thrive with him at quarterback and why they have a real shot at going all the way this season in Brock Purdy's sophomore season. So, again, really cool by Iowa State. What did you guys think of them taking out that full page ad? Really kind of showing the love to Brock. And again, I thought it was a really cool element to be able to compare his numbers to what he did as a sophomore in college to what he did as a sophomore in the NFL. And again, that's a place that loved Brock Purdy. Again, he was a 4-year starter. They appreciated him, even though he was knocked in the NFL draft for maybe his stature and other things. That community, that school really loved Brock Purdy. And I don't think it's hard for us as 49er fans to understand why they did. We all see a lot of the same things that they got to experience. Brock was one of the big reasons why that team was able to turn things around and really come back to prominence. And a lot of credit goes to Brock. So Brock is a phenomenal player, phenomenal guy, and suiting that he was able to get that kind of gesture from his alma mater. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.